Trump declares a victory.
And we've won. Let me tell you, we've won.
As Iran threatens to hit banks and tech companies. A united front from Gulf leaders as oil refineries and tankers burn. Here's what you need to know on day 12 of the war on Iran.
Our sovereignty and territorial integrity are red lines.
They have deliberately targeted civilians and civilian infrastructure.
و اگر تحمل نفت بیش از بشکه‌ای $200 را دارید.
In an overwhelming vote, the United Nations adopted a resolution condemning Iran's attacks on Gulf countries as well as Jordan and demanding it immediately pull back. That was brought forward by the Gulf states themselves, who sought to lay some ground rules for what's become a spiraling regional war.
We have tabled this resolution following the unprovoked and illegal attacks by the Islamic Republic of Iran.
But at the same time, images began surfacing of a drone exploding into Oman's Salalah oil refinery, setting it on fire. The facility was one of a few left in the Gulf unaffected by Iran's blockade of the Strait of Hormuz. Then overnight, Iraqi oil tankers were struck with explosive boats inside Iraqi waters, forcing the government to shut its port operations. Iran's government continues to deny knowledge of attacks on oil infrastructure. But yesterday, the IRGC issued an even more alarming warning that it would now consider US and Israeli banks and tech companies across the region as legitimate targets. Following an airstrike that damaged Iran's oldest bank, SEPA, responsible for processing salary payments to IRGC staff, the Tasnim news agency listed a number of companies including Google, Microsoft, Palantir, IBM, Nvidia, and Oracle. Many of these companies have military contracts worth billions. For example, Microsoft's cloud platform Azure has been used by Israel's army in its genocide in Gaza. But look where these offices are. They're in the heart of capital cities. And they're full of civilians, not soldiers. Many aren't American. So are these people legitimate targets too? Meanwhile, Israel continued to expand its ground invasion of southern Lebanon, where more than 500,000 people have been displaced. A funeral was held in the border village of Klaya for a Lebanese priest who was killed by Israeli shelling while inspecting the site of an earlier attack. Heavy US and Israeli airstrikes continue across Iran, as UNICEF says more than 1,100 children have been killed or injured across the region. The International Energy Agency will release 400 million barrels of oil from its members' strategic reserves, as the price of Brent tops $100 a barrel for the second time this week. But Iran remains defiant, vowing to push that price to $200 a barrel, which banks warn could trigger a global recession. In a post on X, Iran's President Masoud Pezeshkian laid out the conditions for the end of the war, recognizing Iran's legitimate rights, payment of reparations, and firm international guarantees against future aggression. Here's something to understand about Iran. The country spent much of the 20th century fighting off foreign